All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I'm Josaway, and we're going to do some weird science today. Let's get started. Senor Hepoyu, I hope I'm saying that right, Hepoyu, and Michael Linsmeyer, welcome to the channel. Good to see you guys. Let's go ahead and dive in. So we'll go back to our game here. And guys, I have messed around with my audio settings a little bit. So as we play the game, let me know how the levels are. I've tried to get the noise of things like the ambiance here in the VAB, for example, should be lower, and then when firing a spacecraft engine, it should be lower as well. So let me know how things are looking to you, or how they're sounding rather. So here in the VAB, we've got that ambiance noise, that kind of background hum or hiss. We've got the music, and then there's my voice on top of it. And then if I go ahead and just grab any random rocket here, let's just launch the Glaven one real quick. So let me launch this from the launch pad, and we'll see how loud the engine sounds are and how the levels are working for you guys. So let's just quickly launch. So there's a ship kind of launching. We've got the loud engine sound. If I scroll back out, obviously it goes down a little bit. How are the levels? Is it kind of overwhelmingly loud still, or is it better? Sounds good for you? And Michael Linsmeyer says, oh, excellent. Okay, good. It sounds like I've managed to improve things a little bit, which was the goal. Okay, so let's go back out to Minmus, to our science station, and let's do a bunch of science. You guys are saying it's perfect. Okay, good, good. So Michael, thank you yesterday for helping me kind of work through some of those issues in OBS. So the first thing we need to do is burn through quite a lot of science here. So that's going to be kind of repetitive, but we can figure it out. Now, I think we did a 40-day cycle, right? So I'm going to... Let's hide our staging, because we don't need to see that. Let's pin this right here. Where exactly is Minmus at the moment? There's the sun. Oh, we must be far out in our cycle at the moment, so I'm not sure where it is. Well, regardless. Now, we've got 655 science here. Let's go ahead and bring up... Now, from what I saw, our solar panels were doing work. So we'll see if that holds true. Okay, so we're at 0 science. So we need to do a 40-day cycle here. So I'm going to start the research. We're going to set an alarm for 40 days. And we're going to warp there. Okay, there's a Minmus flying around. And we burned through 200 we burned through another 100 of our data and produced 429 science. That's pretty good. We don't want to overshoot this. So 40 days will be kind of our benchmark here. So we do the big cycle to kind of get everything researched. And yeah, we're at full electric charge, so I don't even need to worry about it. I can just kind of stop research, transmit science, speed up to get through the transmission. There we go. Another 429 science added. Start research, and we'll repeat that cycle a few times. We'll add a few days here since we're down lower. Warp next. Oh, I'm sorry. I had the mic muted. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm glad somebody said something. I didn't notice. So, Radu says, this is why I made a rule against the lab in my career. It's so broken. I kind of understand what your point there. But we want to advance through the tech tree, and things are getting expensive. So, for me, I'm okay with kind of burning through a few warps here to get a bunch of science. 460. Okay, so we stop research and we transmit science. And we're gonna be doing this for a few minutes here to burn through all this, and then we'll go down to the surface again because we have a contract to go to the poles and gather up some scans there, and we're gonna need more experiments as well. So we're gonna repeat this cycle a few times. Let's start research. We're at what? We're at 537. Let's pop another experiment in there. Review data. 612. 687. There we go, 737. Okay. And we have started research. Let's warp forward another 40 days. So Senor Hepulius says, I was watching a video about a Boeing shuttle Frankenstein rocket with 3 SRBs. Interesting. And then he also says, after you're done with all the tech tree, you can install mods for more ports. Well, we've got a lot of stuff in the stock game to go through. Plus, I haven't even got either of the expansions, so there's tons of stuff left for me to play with and do. Okay. There's our time warp done. Let's stop research, transmit science. Okay. And then where are we here? 640 data. All right, so let's start research. Let's do 45 days this time. Warp again. So this part of the stream this morning will be a little bit repetitive, but we can chat while I'm burning through all these experiments to generate thousands and thousands of units of science. That'll be fun. Let me know what you guys are doing in your games. Well, I know what Mikey is doing. Mikey is sending a third rescue ship to rescue his second rescue ship. The expansions are kind of boring. I love the breaking ground DLC because of the curiosity arm. Okay, so you like the one part. Gotcha. Where are we? We're in year 9. Yeah, I've been going a lot. I've been spending a lot of time with my Kerbals here. Let's stop the research and transmit. Okay. Let's start the research up again, and we can do maybe 50 days here. Then we'll throw in another experiment. Actually, I can actually watch the science number climbing right here. So 500 is the max. Was 50 days too much or just about right? Yeah, it looks like it was just about right for that amount of data. Poor Valentina, she needed rescue on Minmus and now on Duna. Yeah, she gets stuck a lot. Okay. There's another round of science done. Let's stop research and transmit. All right, let's stuff some more experiments in there. Got 12 left, plenty to go. Let's do the biggest ones first. So something like this, 780. And then 739. There we go. That's perfect. Let's start research. And let's do, say, 42 days here, I guess. Warp next. You're going to have so much DV when you get back. Just go down the lines and click your butt off. Go down the lines and click your butt off. I'm not sure what you mean. Radu talking about Valentina in Michael's game says she isn't stranded. She became a surface base. That antenna you put on is for scanning ores. You can use it for making a mining outpost. Yeah, Hapolia, that's one thing I was thinking about, is that launching fuel out of Kerbin is so expensive. The gravity there is so high that it's a pain in the butt. I was actually thinking that I would set up a mining operation here on Minmus if we find a good place for one. I don't know how any of that works, so we'll have to kind of experiment a little bit back on the ground. But yeah, I would like to be able to mine ore on Minmus, convert it to fuel, and launch fuel tankers into orbit to refuel things here. That would actually help me go back to Duna, too, because I could get a big old ship set up in orbit around Minmus, refuel it so that it's tip-topped up with, 8,000 or 9,000 DV of fuel, and then go to Duna and land and return. That would be fun. So those are kind of my long-term thoughts for the stream, is that's kind of where I want to go next. Okay, so we are full on science here. Let's stop research and transmit. Okay. And let's start up the research again. Let's do another alarm. Yes, you can also use a thing called a mass driver. You can use it to literally shoot parts into space. Huh. Oh, Radu says you can refuel on Duna. Okay, so if your lander on Duna has the material you need, or the parts you need to create fuel from ore, you can do that. Okay, maybe Michael, you should look into that. You can send your third rescue ship with ore production, maybe. Get down there, rescue them, and then fill up your lander with fuel before you take off. Let's get this science transmitted. There we go. How are we looking for data? 546. We can stuff another experiment in there. Let's do the big ones. 940. There we go. Is that too much? We can hold up to 750. So we've got room for 200. Okay. Perfect. That was a big boy experiment. Okay, start research. And 40 days. We're up next. You just need the gear to refuel. You can mine fuel on Minmus or Moon and send it onto a refuel station so you can refuel rockets to go to other planets. And ore, of course. Yeah, okay. This stuff is interesting. So that's kind of what I want to do next. After we finish burning through all this science and finish today's mission, we'll start figuring out how to do the ore mining and refueling on a celestial body. And we'll look into two things. One, building a Duna lander that is capable of refueling itself there. And two, building a refueling station on Minmus where we can have a big old rocket land, fill up a huge amount of fuel, and then burn up into orbit where it can refill other ships. So that sounds like a really cool idea. That would power trips to other parts of the Kerbal system for sure. How are we doing here? Yeah, we can do another 43 days or so. Started research. Let's warp. This science lab is incredibly powerful. I mean, I think Radu's right. It's a little bit broken. If you can get one of these set up, that's going to push you at least a full tier higher, maybe 2 tiers higher from wherever you are. So the bare minimum you need is you need the docking port, you need some sort of decent power generation and the lab. And if you can do that, if you can get that into orbit around Minmus, which is the easiest thing to land on, and then bring science to it like I've done here, you're gonna be able to power through your career. Stop research, transmit science. Okay. Let's go ahead and add in some more. Where are we? We're at 548, so we've got room for 200. What's the biggest one we have left? 940? There we go. That looks good. Okay, I think that was the last, like, super big one. Start research. 40 days. Warp next. You can also find a lot of ore on asteroids. Okay. And the overcomplication is real, my friends. Also, there's a mod that makes Science Lab less broken. I forget the name. Send me your space station. I'll put one in orbit. Okay. I think I can't remember how I built this. Is this in 2 parts or... No, this was 1 part, right? So we didn't end up needing part of some of the pieces on it, but the basics here, yeah, this thing launched directly to Kerbin, and then this guy, the lander, had its separate launch. So I can send you those 2 ships, Michael, for sure. Actually, what I might do is put them somewhere. Maybe I'll post them in the Discord so anyone who wants can fly them. Maybe we can make like some kind of channel or subsection in Discord for ship posting. Ship posting with a P. We don't need the other kind of... we don't need the homonym for that. Okay, let's stop our research and transmit. We're getting up there already. I think I've already sent like 5,000 science home. This is fantastic. Yeah, Radu, we definitely have a Discord. Michael and I are working on a shared streamers Discord for our viewers to kind of cross-pollinate and be able to hang out and chat with each other about stuff. So if you check my my channel page, on my banner in the bottom right, there's a link to the Discord with a permanent invite. So you can click on that and get in there. What are we doing right now? Did I just transmit all the science? Yes. Okay, so we want to start... where are we? 640? Yeah, we can do one more round before we refill. Let's do 43 days here. Warp next. Keep going. Let's see. Hepuyu says, Ayo Jasawe, I am doing a fake aerospace agency for the channel. I'm working on the server. You can post rockets there, but I'm still working on the server. Okay. Sounds good. Where are we? 450 science. Very good. Very good. Stop research. Transmit science. Okay. Let's refill. Let's do the biggest one first. There we go. 125 there. 780 there. Do we have room for 780? No. That would be overkill. Or wait, what is it? 156? That would be overkill. We've got 75 data left. All right, so something like that is fine. Okay. Start research, 40 days. So like I said, they're going to be spending a lot of time in orbit here. We're already up to, I think, year 10. But they've just been orbiting Minmus for well over a year at this point, just doing science. But the benefits to the space program are innumerable. Also, you send the lander with the station core? Yeah, I'll post both of these. I'll post the ship that launched the station itself, and then the ship that launched this lander as well. I might take this thing off. I'm not sure. Well, no, I'll just leave it exactly the way it is. You guys can tweak it if you want. This thing ended up not being what we needed, so you might want to take it off. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just send you what I used. Okay. Transmit again. This is getting a little bit repetitive, but we're going to reap the harvest that we've set up. Okay. Sorry, start research, and let's go out to 43 days. This has got to be a lot right now. I haven't been keeping track, but it's got to be 6,000 science or something. We'll see when we get back, once I finish up processing everything. Yeah, baby Kerbal's on the station. Well, no, there's three dudes here. We've got Radu Jr., Mikey Jr., and Bob. So unless one of them has a secret, there should not be any baby Kerbals. Let's see. Let's transmit the science. There we go. Where are we at? 542 data. Let's pop something else in there. Let's see. What's the biggest one we have left? 780. Another 780. We can't handle that yet. Can I? Oh, I can navigate around. I didn't need to necessarily be doing that. Okay, so... There we go. Okay. So we're full up again on data, and we're researching. Let's go another 40 days here. Almost done, guys. Just a little bit of science left to process. A few more experiments left. You can build parts in EVA with Kerbals, but you need the parts first on the station. I know you can repair things. I didn't know you could build things. And there's some byplay going on in the chat there about, I guess, hermaphrodites. I don't know. That's a little weird, guys. Let's keep it focused on the science. All right, let's transfer again. This is transfer like 15. There we go. Let's do another one. And by the time we're done with this, we're going to be able to unlock like almost an entire tier, I think. And we'll just leave the station in orbit here. We can always come back if we need to, like, if we're suddenly desperate for science, we can always come back, go down to the surface, get some experiments, bring them up and process them. But I don't know that we'll sit here for the entire stream doing science, because that's just overkill. I do want to do one full, like, run, though, of everything that we brought. Okay, so let's stop research and transmit again. Let's load up a few more things here. Where is the last big boy? There we go, 780. That puts us at 714. Okay, everything else is too big, so we'll keep those 4. And we'll keep going here. Hepulio says, I use this strategy with my Joule station. Interesting. A very good strategy for don't lose contact with the KSP as a polar orbit, because you will always look at Kerbin. Yeah, I suppose it depends on like how you set it up, but you could set it up so that you're never obscured by the planet. That's a good point. I want you to suck all the science you can. All right. We'll get every last drop. Let's go. Communotron 16. Okay. Where are we at data? Yeah, we can do another one here. And then we can pop a few more experiments in. We're almost done. They've been on this mission for 2 years now. 2.5 years. They're really committed to the science program. Then again, Kerbals are immortal, don't need food or water, and appear to live forever until they smash into the side of a planet. Maybe that's why they're so okay with the science program, you know? Each of these Kerbals is actually several thousand years old and has, like, succumbed to ennui. They're bored of life on Kerbin, and so they're like, you know what? I'll risk death. I'll risk even a crazy, ridiculous, pointless death, because what's the point of living if you're not doing cool science? Let's let's keep going here. Okay, let's refill a little bit now. 62. Where are we? We've got room for another 100. There we go. So that's all of our experiments. We've now fed all of our experiments into the lab, and we're going to process them into the last little bit of science here, and then we'll be done. So let's start research. Let's do another 40 days. This chat is converting into Ohio. I'm not sure what that means. It's going to be a glorious pile when you're done. Yes, absolutely. They are not completely immortal because of that G-force marker. When it gets on red, your Kerbals die. I didn't mean immortal in the sense of cannot die. I meant perhaps unaging. Immortal in the sense of like live forever unless you're killed. So they don't get old and die of old age. That we know. Because they can live for several centuries just flying around in the space program. We know that. Okay, stop research, transmit science. We're almost done, guys. So we're down to 637 data. We can squeeze a few more runs out of this. Oh, I forgot to start the research. Damn it. They took a break. After 2 years of working nonstop, they took 3 weeks off. That's fine, right? That's okay. We don't begrudge them that. There's a mod that adds food, oxygen, etc. Yeah, I'm sure there is. That's not for me. I don't want to worry about that too much. So I'm kind of the same in like creative games or sandbox games. Like, so Subnautica, the food and water was okay, but it got annoying after a while and didn't add too much to the experience. So a lot of games like that, I'll sometimes, if it's obnoxious, I'll just turn it off. We did not get enough science done there, so let's go forward a little bit more. Radu says, Senor is the definition of a guy that says, I know a mod. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a mod that installs other mods too, I'm sure. We should ask ChatGPT to write a a mod for Kerbal reproduction on space stations. Okay, there we go. Let's transmit all that science, that sweet, delicious science. Okay, and now we're starting to run up against the asymptotic curve here. So we're still getting 10 science a day here. So it's still worth doing a few more jumps. But we're getting to the point, we're starting to get to the point where things are taking longer and longer for less return. So once it starts hitting like, I don't know, once we're down to, did I forget to hit the damn thing again? I forgot to hit the button again. Once we get down to the point where we're not earning that much, we'll take our bow and exit stage right. So I think we'll do one more. Well, you know, we've still got 500 data. We'll do a couple more. Okay, delete and close, stop research, transmit science, advance. Start research, there we go. And now we're gonna warp ahead, I guess, 50 days. We'll see how that does. Yeah, see the research rate is decaying here. So we were up at 12, now we're down to 8 per day. So it's taking us longer and longer to do the science. We just don't have enough data in the lab. So there's diminishing returns here. They just released a new buildings update for Subnautica. Yes, Michael, I saw that. They transmitted some of the buildings from the sequel back to the original, right? So it's now Subnautica 2.0 release of the 1.0 game, I guess. That's some cool stuff. All right, so we garnered 400 science from that. So we'll transmit that, and then I think we'll do one more run here. Just one more should be enough. Okay, so start research, and we'll do, I guess this is going to take, let's say, 65 days here. Let's do that and see how much we get. I guess technically I don't need to be creating these alarms. Since this meter is here, I could just hit warp to 100,000 time and then watch it until it hits 500. Yeah, see, now we're getting to the point where it's not worth being here. It's taking too long. We're not getting enough research per day. So this was our last batch, and now we get to go home and see what the total is after a 2-year and 300-day mission. That's like a 3-year mission for these guys. Well done, I must say. Okay, and with that, our 3-year mission to do science in orbit of Minmus is complete. So, let's see how we did. Let's go back to the KSC and look at our numbers. $11,551 science. Oh, that is spectacular. That's amazing. Yeah, lab is broken, you guys. Lab is OP. Definitely OP. That's really good. Okay, so let's go to R&D here and see what are things costing. I don't even know. So this tier things are 300, and then this tier things are 550, and I can't even afford. I can't buy them because I have to upgrade my my R&D station. So still, I could get. So let's see, 550. So yeah, 11,000 gets me 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't have the prerequisites, but I could get almost all of the penultimate tier here with that science. So if we went down to the surface and did that one more time and got another 11,000, yeah, we could finish the tech tree. So I am not going to buy all of this stuff at once. I've already got a ton of stuff unlocked that I haven't even really experimented with and learned about yet. But as we kind of see parts we need, we just know that we have the funds to unlock them whenever we want. So that's really great. 11,000. 11,000 science. Really cool. Let's see. This bro is Jimmy Neutron. I recommend you get nuclear engines. They're not powerful, but they only eat liquid fuel and are incredibly efficient. Yeah, okay. So our transfer to Duna when we go back, maybe we can do that. We can look at that nuclear engine. The problem is the thrust, right? We would need quite a few of them. They're very efficient, but you're talking about this guy, right? So 800 ISP in a vacuum, but only 60 kilonewtons of force. So for a big boy ship, you need a lot of these to be able to push it. But still, that ISP is fantastic. Despite the big scary trefoil painted onto the side of this engine, its radioactive exhaust, and tendency to overheat, the LVN atomic rocket motor is harmless, mostly. Note that the LVN is the only LV series engine to run solely on liquid fuel. The future is glowing bright. Sure, I mean, we've got science to burn. Let's just unlock this so we have it. I need prerequisites here of advanced fuel systems. So there's some RCS tanks here and a big Rockomax and some adapters. That's fine. And there we go. Now we can unlock nuclear propulsion. Okay. Now, let's go back to our ship. We're done with our science mission, but we still have a contract to fulfill here. So if we look at our contract, we have to take AVA reports on the surface at alpha, beta, and gamma sites, which are up here at the poles. There are 3 sites right here. It's not actually on the pole itself. It's like up close to it, though. So let's transfer back to the ship. And if we're going down, we don't need to take everybody with us, except that would mean we would have to redock to pick them up to take them home. So let's do the transfer here. We'll put everybody on. We've already filled up our fuel tanks. Right? Oh, no, we haven't. Hold on. That one's full. Okay, we can actually refill some more here. So let's alt-click here. Fill up all these small tanks as well. Just get ourselves completely topped up before we go home. Or before we go down to the surface. Okay, that's one. Oh, I did something wrong here. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so if I click this and then click these at the same time, can I get both of them to go in? No, it's like, it's only... Okay, I need to do them one at a time. They're like, there's some crossfeed there. I don't know if I set this up the right way. But we can do them one at a time. Another strategy is polar orbit. You can get any place on any planet without changing the orbit. Yeah, because it rotates underneath you, right? Okay. Yeah, that one rocket's crazy. Okay, so that one's full. This one is not. So we've almost emptied the Rocco Max on the station here. Just drain every last drop because the station doesn't need it. It's just going to sit in orbit forever. Okay. So yeah, to do this, you right-click on the source engine and then Alt plus right-click on the destination engine. And that sets up the transfer windows, and you can kind of drain fuel from one tank to another. Okay, so we've emptied this one. Now we'll come over here. Let's finish this. Okay, so this lander uses more fuel than I realized. But we can top it up to full, go down to the surface, and then go home. No problem. Actually, I wonder if this is overkill for me because we're draining all this fuel that we're really not going to use. So I'm not sure if this was the right decision or not, but it's fun, so I'll do it. Okay, so now all of these are completely full, right? Yeah, there we go. So our mass should be balanced. We should be able to use the lander. Okay. Let's quick save here, and let's get into a polar orbit. Oh, we need to do the transfer. Transfer crew. And transfer crew. Okay, so all three of them are in the lander now. And let's say goodbye to our station here, the... What did I call it? The Science Station 1. It was a good science lab. It did its purpose. I doubt we'll ever come back, so it'll just sit here in orbit around Kerbal or Minmus forever, I suppose. Now let's undock. We'll use RCS here. Oh, I need to switch to the other ship. We'll use RCS to back away. There we go. A nice slow space ballet as we back away from the station that was our home for almost 3 years. Ah, yeah. So the reason I have these, I thought these three would be enough on Minmus's low gravity to just kind of like land, and I thought, I don't know what I was thinking. This was a poor design choice. I didn't really need these. They are less mass than the spark engines, the ants. But they're not strong enough. They don't have enough thrust to do anything useful. So these ended up being kind of a mistake. But it was a learning process. You don't need a lot of engines for landing on Minmus because of low gravity. Yeah, this ship is going to go all the way home, though. So you're right. It's overkill. I didn't need to drain all of that fuel, probably. But look, we've got 2,000 DV. That's more than enough to land, do our science, and then go home directly from the surface. Let's see. He's been naming them after us and sending us to our deaths. Yes, that's true. I have been doing that. I am a dangerous director. Okay, so now we want to get ourselves into... Where's our orbit? Okay, We're going to come down here and actually... How would we change our... I think we'll come down to orbit here, and then do we want to... Well, wait a minute. Where do we want to do... Where do we want to change our orbit to polar? We might want to do it around here. Or here. Let me see what happens if I add a maneuver here, kind of halfway. Can we change to a polar orbit out here cheaply? How does that work? Yeah, the problem is we're such an elliptical orbit that we're gonna blast out. All right, so that's like 10 meters per second to get quite a bit of elevation change. If I bring that, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. If I drag this around, how does it change it? Yeah, see, doing it depending on where I... Ooh, hold on. Oh, so if I do it there, we're actually getting a pretty solid inclination change. Does it show that inclination? Yeah, it does. Okay, so we can get... it's hard to grab the piece you want. There we go. So 43... Yeah, 43 looks like about the best I can do here, but that's for 10 meters per second. I love the efficiency. Let's do that. And then we'll bring it in close and get our landing on. So this is a 2-second burn. I don't want that. So here was the idea that I had. Let me see if this works. So what are these at? These are at... If I turn these 3 off, and I only use the little ones... Then what? Then it's a 2-second burn still? Is that right? With the ants? I don't know what's going on here. It seems like it's not updating. Why is that? I shut all the engines off. So before, when I kind of set up maneuvers and then move things all the way down, it changed the burn time. But it's not doing it right now. And I'm not certain why. I'd like to have more control than a 2-second burn gives me for this small of a delta V value. Let's see. If I put everything down to 1. There we go. Now it's at 20 seconds. Okay. Seems like the ants don't have much effect on it. So these are all at 1. I guess we'll just use the sparks here, and that should be fine. All right. How are we for charge? We have 1 solar panel on here, right? Somewhere? Yeah, we do. Okay. We should rotate so we're facing the sun with it. Let's actually go ahead and warp now. I'll catch up with the chat in a second. I want to do this burn first. Okay. And we got to face our marker and do our normal burn. Oh, I actually have normal on this, right? Because who's our pilot? Mikey Jr.'s level 2. Okay. Let's advance a little bit and do this burn. Nothing's happening. Or is it? What is going on here? There's something really weird going on. I'm not sure what's happening with my... The burn time is really messed up. I don't know what's going on. Something's off. His company mission statement reads, if you subscribe, I will shoot you into space and see what happens. This is the Kerbal way. Oh, I have RCS on. Okay. RCS, press activate engine. They are on. So I think you're right. I think it was the RCS. So because I had RCS on, was it trying to use monopropellant to do that? All right, we screwed the pooch on this. We did it with RCS, I think. Let's add a new maneuver over here. Let's try this again. There we go. 9 meters. That looks more in line with what I was expecting. Okay. So it was the RCS. That's what it was. Thank you guys. I don't know if I would have figured that out. Okay. Let's just leave it in the configuration that it's in, and let's do the burn again and see if it works. I did not know that RCS would, like, get between you and your engines. That I didn't know that it would work that way. That is kind of interesting because it means you can plan maneuvers with RCS as well. Although that's maybe of limited use unless you have a very strong thrust to weight given your mass and whatever monopropellant and RCS engines you have. But that is kind of interesting. Okay, let's try this again. No, it's still trickling in. It's not burning anywhere near fast enough. So is it not calculating correctly, or what's going on here? Because it says 17 seconds, and the way that was burning, that would have been 5 minutes. Let's activate these. See, that seems more like... That seems more like kind of what it should be. But why aren't these don't seem to be involved at all. It's like they're not on the ship or something. It's not really taking them into consideration. All 6 engines are on. Yeah, I'm a little confused about what's going on here. Let's have everything on at full, and let's go over to periapsis and let's bring it in. Let's do our retrograde burn now over here at PE. Sure, that's a good start. 60 and 60. Let's do that. I'm curious what's going on. It says a 9-second burn here. Okay. Face retrograde. Zoom in. Maybe I just needed to kind of reset everything to 100% to get it to measure correctly. Maybe this will work. Let's see what this does. Maybe I confused it somehow, or there's something else I'm missing. Okay, so we do have full burn going here. That's good news. Okay, so that at least that one worked, and we've got a pretty decent orbit here now. But we need to land right around there. So we could spend a couple days and wait for things to kind of rotate around, but we're never going to get there unless we get a higher polar orbit here. So let's just go to our Apo and try again with this normal change. Huh. So how do we get the highest inclination here? 37. Right there. Okay. And see, it's a 7-second burn. So I'd like to be able to... Now, if I come in and set my thrusters down a little bit, is this going to update? Because in the past, it's updated correctly. So let me go to the sparks, which are the heavy ones. And let's bring them down. Yeah, now it's updating. Okay, so maybe I just needed to kind of set everything to 100 and do a burn to look at, kind of like reset it after. Maybe something with the docking, or I'm not sure about that, but it looks like it's back in action now. The way I want it to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So for this one, we're facing anti-normal. There we go. Okay, let's get this burn done. And I wonder if I can just do like radial in or radial out or something, or maybe just do normal up there. Okay. You were docked, saved, and hit spacebar if you had to restage. Ah, okay. Flew past Minmus in my hard career, says Radu. Wow, nice work. You have a lot of self-imposed rules on that hard career. I'm kind of impressed that you haven't already like burned through all your funds and gone bankrupt, to be honest. Okay, I lost the node there. What did I end up doing? Whatever, this is fine. Okay, so now I want to do another burn like here, perhaps? Can I get around the planet more over here? We need to get into a polar orbit here, and I'm not quite sure how to do it. What do the radial ins and outs do? No, we don't want that. Let's cancel this. So I guess we still need normal, anti-normal. So we want our inclination to be as high as we can get it. I'm having trouble with this. 54, 55, 56, 57. Okay, this is good. 60. Looks like 60 is the best we can do. That's getting pretty close to polar. And then if we wait long enough, this thing should come around. All right, let's do this burn. All right. Burn in 57 seconds. We're pointing in the right direction. Let's go. This is harder than I thought, getting into a polar orbit. It's taking several burns here. You might need an empty stage to the bottom of staging. Okay, well, I think things are working again. So I'm not sure what it was, but it's worked out now. This is not easy. Trying to keep an eye on the marker, the maneuver marker, and run the burn at the same time. Okay, I think that went pretty well. And we've got like a weird elliptical orbit here. But that's okay. We still need more. We're still not in a polar orbit yet. So where do we put another burn like down here maybe? $65, $70, $78, $79. Okay, hold on. We're getting there. $80. Looks like, yeah, that's pretty close. And at that point, we're going to have to do some retro because we're adding too much velocity to our orbit, so we're getting further and further away. Okay. Well, let's prepare for another one. Okay. Yeah, this is not quite that easy. Completely changing your orbit from equatorial to polar is pretty involved. Now these aren't firing at all. Or no, they are. I just can't see them, I guess. Because they're at 15%. Come on. I screwed the pooch a little bit here. All right. Whatever. That's pretty good. Now, should I just wait until this rotates in around? Let me bring in my... Yeah, let me bring in now. Let's do some retrograde burning, I think. And we'll just freehand this. I don't think we need a maneuver. Okay. That's a good start. This is pretty challenging, to be honest. Good thing I filled up on fuel here. Let's see. So, I think we want to wait until... I think I'm going to quick save here, and we're going to do some time warping. I want to see if this thing rotates into the sun eventually. See, it is kind of very slowly rotating, but it looks like it's going to be around here at some point. So we're not quite far enough in, I don't think. But maybe we can fix that too. All right, let's slow back down. And let's see what happens if we burn a little bit more normal here. I don't think that's the place to do it. There we go. Something like that, perhaps. Maybe even a little more. Yeah. We should get an intercept or an ability to land with that, I think. All right, let's do that one. So that is normal again. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Yer Vasquez. Welcome to the channel. Sorry I missed that. I've been focusing on this fiddly little burns to try and get into this polar orbit, and it's proving more challenging than I expected, so I haven't been keeping up with the chat. Always said that Minmus is the mint ice cream planet. I think the Kerbal said so as well. Bob Schwan, what Michael said, burn both sides of orbit. Did I miss something? Normal and anti-normal. Raise one side 45 degrees, then move to the other side and lower the other 45 degrees. Okay, so well, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's too late now. I think this one's the last one we need. Okay, here we go. All right. So now let's burn retrograde a bit and bring our orbit down to, you know, the 7-8 kilometer mark. And periapsis in a bit. Just freehanding this. Okay, 8.5 seems pretty good. Let's warp here. Oh, we're going this way around it. That's interesting. I didn't actually realize that. I thought we were going the other way. And like one or two more orbits at this point, and we should be able to land there, I think. Pretty well. Okay. Let's quick save. And let's bring our AP in. Okay, that's pretty solid. We should now be able to... Actually, we're really close. I think one or two more orbits might do it. All right, let's warp forward through time a little bit. Oh, maybe even this orbit. Yeah, okay, maybe this orbit. All right, so Michael, I'm going to get some practice here trying to do a precision landing. Yeah, okay. So where do I want to start this? Like here or closer? I'm not sure. I guess I don't want to overwrite that quick save in case I'm too close. We're very low. We're very close to the surface here, so we won't need much to land. I think we'll wait a little bit more. Get up to like there. Yeah, this is going to be really close actually, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see what a little bit of retrograde does for us here. Sinking in. And I know we want it to be a little bit further, just a little bit, right? So something like that, maybe? And then we burn more as we get pretty close, and hopefully that lands us almost on top. It would be nice if you could see your destination marked. Actually, you can, right? If I set this as a target and activate navigation, does it show up on the horizon? No, not quite. All right. I think this is okay. Nice. 20 degrees from target. Retro 5 degrees past target. Also, I'm playing 20 degrees from the target. Retro to 5 degrees past the target. Okay. So that was kind of what I did, I think. I was just kind of trying to mimic what I saw you do last night. And then Hepoliu says, also, I'm planning to send a glider to Eve. Set navigation appear on the nav ball. Yeah, okay. So we do have navigation here. Let's see if we can find our target. Where is the... How do I think I have to be closer before it appears, right? Before those markers appear. Let's see where we are on the map here. Oh, we're still a ways away. Okay, let's speed up time just a bit. Get a little bit closer. I don't see them on the map or whatever. Where's my navigation target? Am I still too far? Gielen's Bend Alpha. It should be ahead of us and off to the left. Should be like there-ish. I really don't see it. I think I need to start burning a little bit more here. I guess I do this from the map view? I don't see another way to do it. I went too far. I'm like flying over it now. I need to basically stop right here. Okay, so I'm in the thing that I need to be in. I'm in Gamma. I'm close. So I need to leave now. Oh, okay. Oh, there they are on the map. Okay, I think I'm coming in too hot here. Yeah, okay, so that... All right, so not great there. I forgot that I had all my... That's a big series of explosions. So I forgot that that's flying off into space. Oh, that engine's still firing. Hold on, I can't switch to it. That engine's still firing. It's going off into forever. Vessel destroyed. All right. I forgot that I had turned all my engines off. So let's fix that. Can I do these all at once? Can I collapse these? No. Okay. All right. Where are we now? So I haven't done my first burn yet. All right, so Michael said 20 degrees, go 5 degrees past. So that's 90, 45, roughly 20. Let's warp here and try that again. Engine thrust settings. Yeah, okay. When you are 5 degrees from target on a fall, full retro down to 50 meters per second. Okay. Okay, we could do that. You know what I will do, though? Actually, while I'm here. Which way do I want to go? Which way is... I want to push... Yeah, I want to push myself a little bit normal here. Well, let's slow down first. Hang on. And then I do want to push a little bit normal or anti-normal. I think anti-normal, right? Just move myself left a little bit. No, that's the wrong way. Okay. I want to burn that way. Okay. I might have oversteered a little bit there. We've got extra fuel, so that's fine. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. And we want to activate some navigation. But I don't think it helps here because we have to be so close for it to matter. So I'm just going to kind of wing this by the map view. I'm not going to do this in the ship view. So you said when you get down to about 5 degrees from the target on a full retro down to 50 meters per second. Okay. So we want to be maybe here. It's pretty soon. Let's do a little bit more retro here. Yeah, okay. Too soon. There's too much arc left. Okay. (108 meters per second). That's not too fast. What's our... We're at 4,000 meters? Okay. I do wish there was some view here that could help me figure out what my target is, because there's nothing, you know, there's no marker. How are we doing? We're still pretty far horizontally. It would be nice. It would be so nice if there was just a little targeting reticle, some little square highlighting where I'm trying to get to, you know. But there just isn't. Okay, I think we just take this pretty much all the way down here. I think this is kind of the best I can do. And when I do the full burn, I'll lose some horizontal. So it's a large area now. Retro. Okay. So what did that get me? Oh, look at that. That's pretty dang close. That's right in smack dab, a little bit past, actually, but it's very close to in the center. So that... Wow, Michael, you are really good at landings, man. Oh, wait. Were those them? No, those are flags. Oh, those are through the planet. Those aren't on the surface. Okay, I'm seeing flags on the other side of the planet that I've planted. Kermit's lily pad, Minmus flats, slopes, and lowlands. Okay, I got to focus on landing now. We're going to be pretty close no matter what. Let's see. We're gaining some speed from gravity here, but that's okay. Oh, you know what I should do? I should extend these. And I think this is good enough that I'm going to quick save here. Where are we on the map? Oh, we've overshot. Okay, I can afford to kill all our velocity here. Actually, let me bring back that quick save and just do it as early as possible. Okay, so that should have killed all of our forward velocity. And we should be falling onto... Yeah, okay, so that works. We're falling pretty close, and then I can hop myself forward. Okay. Let me make sure I don't die in the fall here. These are extended? Yes. Okay. So, now I gotta land this thing. Man, it's really tough to tell. I mean, it's... I wish there was some kind of targeting thing here. Oops. Let's stabilize here. Okay, so we have landed. And now I still don't really know where I'm supposed to be going, is the problem. I suppose if I get out with and do an Ava, that'll change how the nav ball's working. I don't even know where we are. So where does the lander think we are? Let's at least quick save now that we're on the surface. Not run atmosphere analysis. I want the one that does. So we are in the poles. Okay, let's run an analysis there. Resource analysis performed. And we have latitude and longitude numbers. Maybe that would help. So latitude 80.815, longitude. You know what? I can't read those numbers. It doesn't mean anything to me. Let's have... Well, we're going to do an Ava anyway, so let's do our science. Open this. And... there we go. There's our material study, pressure scan, temperature scan, seismic scan, and mystery goo. Okay, all that's good. Let's have Radu Jr. EVA here. We should do a crew report as well. Not that we need the science, but just for good form. It's EVA here. Okay, so he can see on the nav ball the direction. And we need to do AVA reports and surface samples. So are we at Gamma Site or not? Let's have him let go here. Let's turn his RCS on. Okay, let's have him land. He can do an AVA report, and he can take a surface sample, and he can plant his flag. I suppose something like this is where having a rover would be helpful, right? Minmus polls. This contract has no map. How do you do the angry thing? Hang on. Angry emoticon. Sure, this one will do. Nope, can't do it. Okay. I guess we'll do the perplexed and befuddled one instead. Okay. The science. Add the science. Slow retro with shift at 200. Keep your... Oh, you guys were... I'm a little bit behind on the map here. I will become Jimmy Neutron with this channel. Also, you can put custom flags on KSP. There's a folder with all the flags. You can add an image and then it will be selectable on your flag choosing menu. Cool. Okay. The OST, LMAO. Hey, the Nook. Welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you before. Glad to have you here. So we know we need to go that way to do our surface sample for Gamma Site, but I don't, like, it's so hard to read how far away it is. The Gielen's Bend Alpha is closer, and for that one, we just need to do an AVA report. I think I'm going to do all this with Radu Jr.'s RCS tanks, and then if he gets too far, the ship can come pick him up. So we're just going to go on foot here, because this way I get the navigation. Come on, buddy. Is there a reason you're not using your RCS tank? There we go. Okay. Also, it's pretty dark here. We've got the polar... we're up in the poles, so the sun is up for a long time at a very low elevation, right? Okay, I need to keep an eye out here for... Are we getting close? Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It should say something like you are entering... There it is. Okay. Let's do an AVA report. Oh, we have to do it at the surface? Oh, hold on. Oh, he's tumbling. Hang on. I think we might have to land here. Let's bring up the contract window. On the surface. Yeah, at alpha site. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Contract parameter complete. Okay. Now, there's the first one done. It looks like the gamma is closer. It set us to the next closest one, so we have to go to gamma and take a surface sample. We can do that. That's easy enough. Wait, is he out of... No, he should have... Okay, there we go. Are we entering gamma site? I don't need any more forward here. I just need to hover. Yep, that's me. Maybe wondering how I ended up here. Foreshadowing. Considering the amount he will be floating, it's hard to call it on foot. Yeah. And Hepulu has to go. So thanks for stopping by, man. It was good seeing you. I hope you enjoyed today's stream, and take care. We'll see you next time. Okay, can you normalize? Nope, you're just going to ragdoll across the surface for a while. That's what Kerbals do. That's a lot of forward motion. I'm trying to read the chat and fly at the same time, you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. So we still need to enter site gamma. We're going in the right direction. The little surface sample icon from the tracking is in front of us still. There we go. Gielin's Bend Gamma. So let's slow down. Let's land. And then we take a surface sample, right? Okay. Take surface sample. Not remove helmet. Take surface sample. You sneak a taste of the surface sample. It's definitely not made of delicious dessert products. There we go. Second parameter, second contract parameter complete. So the last thing is one more AVA report on the surface at beta site, which is apparently this way. Okay, this is not too far. We landed really close. So, Michael, I appreciate the help in figuring out the landing stuff. That was pretty clutch. I only had to reload, what, twice? Oops. Okay, slow down, slow down. We're going way too fast here. Okay, there we go. And now we do one more AVA report. And contract complete. So, 3 reputation, 3 science, and 18,000 funds for each of the parameters. A little bit more for the one. And then for the completion of the whole contract, another 130,000 plus 8 reputation. Pretty good contract. And now we just need to go home. So how far did we get? Oh, we were really on point. 1.5 kilometers. That was a fantastic landing. That was basically pinpoint. Really great help, you guys. I don't think I could have done that without you. Okay, let's get up first and then forward. All right, let's go back to the ship. And let's go back to Kerbin. We're done. We did our job. We did our contract. Transmit or recover scientific data from the surface of Minmus. So as long as we get home and recover the science we've done, we'll complete that one as well. I just love how Kerbal gives you a live Kerbal reaction. Yeah, it's a great game. You're welcome. Overspeeding by foot, LMAO. There is one thing I want to try here. Now we've used... Oops. Oh, that was a tumble. The lander has some extra monopropellant in it. I want to practice doing a transfer. I want to top up his jetpack here if I can. I want to see how that works. Because I've never done that before. So I definitely want to try it. Does he have... He has a parachute, right? It screwed me over with the Ava kits. I didn't get to bring them. Let's not slam directly into the surface again. Okay. Go around to the front. Okay, so now we can board him. Okay, and now that we're boarded, he's back on board. How do I use this propellant? Ava propellant. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoops. Can you land safely on your own? Okay. So how do I use this, you know? How do I actually give this to him? Do I have to put it in his inventory? His inventory? Orbit, 1.5 meters per second. That's not it. How do we... Does anybody know how to do this? Just remember, the degree spread for retro on a landing will depend on orbital speed and how strong your rockets are. Yeah, okay. Does anyone know how to actually transfer fuel from inventory? Maybe if I EVA him. Because he's the one who used up... No, he's not the one. Hold on. Let me board. Did we send Radu Jr.? Who went? Because he's at full, so it's not Radu Jr. Did we send Bob? Bob's full. Wait, what just happened? Did it auto refill when he got back in the capsule? Is that what happened? Yeah, they're all at full. Okay, hold on. So if I look at this, that's 3.0, that's 3.0, and that's 3.0. So I don't really understand what just happened. You need an empty slot to remove his pack. They refill after you go back in. They refill auto. It's infinite fuel? Wait, did it not use some of the monopropellant here? Hold on, let's test this. So if I EVA Mikey Jr. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I see how this works. Let's go to Mikey Jr. Let's trade some monopropellant for his parachute, right? So let's do that. And then Mikey Jr. is going to now EVA. So if we look at this, he's got 5.0 here and another 3 here. Let's just burn let's burn a little bit of his, let's let go. RCS, and let's just burn something. Just go up, and then come down again, and then come up again. Let's just hover in place a little bit. Just enough to kind of get the number down, right? Let's just kind of jump around a little bit. Okay, so first and foremost, he hit hard. The command pod has 22.37 monopropellant. So now, if we put Mikey back in, because he should have used a little bit, right? Oh, we're still at 5.0. This is it. This got down to 2.5. Okay, so let's board him now. $22.37, 3.0, 5.0. Did it really give him free propellant? It didn't use any from the... Is that serious? There's a free infinite refill? Okay. So, well, I guess you have to take the fuel thing with you. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But if you take it with you, then you have 8 instead of 5. Which, okay, I guess. And then if you make it back, you can refuel for free forever? That's a weird one. It's infinite fuel. Tactical waste of fuel. Well, yeah, it did. Free real estate. Okay, well, I learned something else today. Learned something new. Let's close everything up and go home. And we'll see if we can actually land on our home planet. Okay, so we're in a crummy orbit here. Polar orbit, or whatever. But that's fine. We can just kind of launch and go home. I don't think it really matters which direction we go in here. Yeah, I really don't know that it matters that much. But let's face east just in case it does. Okay, so that's a pretty decent launch. Let's retract our legs. Let's go to our AP, add a maneuver. Get ourselves into an orbit here. A little bit more. What's going on here? Oh, I've done something horribly wrong. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Where are we? Burning 40 seconds? Okay. Right, then let's go out to AP and fix up that. That's done. So we're climbing, we can go to AP. Let's warp here, just add a little bit, and then we'll figure out how we actually get home. This is like a terrible... This was the worst decision I could have made. I should have been going north-south. Because now we're going... Well, no, we can still go the right way. Okay, never mind. I'm fine. Actually, I think now would be roughly when we want to do this, but... Prograde, sure. Okay, so now we're in a nice stable orbit. And let's figure out how to go home. I think we want to do it right around where we are. Let's see. What is that going to do? That's going to put us in a weird orbit around Kerbal. And then we have plenty of DV, so we can mess around once we get there. This is 160 of 1600. All right. So let's just kind of... We're already past the T minus, so I'm just going to point prograde here, and we're going to burn until things kind of resolve close to that. Sure, that looks good. Let's warp over to our periapsis, and let's do a retro here. That's not what I wanted to do. Nope. Man, that's 8,000. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Let's do it with this thing. Sure. 500 meters per second to get a decent periapsis. Let's bring it in closer. 137, that's fine. Okay, that's enough to be getting on with. Let's head over there. KSP maneuvering is about as bad as real life. I will apply for his tactical advisory position, get a refill right, or drop off some fuel. No, because we would spend so much to do the rendezvous that it wouldn't be worth it. We're just going home, man. Now I know why he started the series next month. He becomes director of spaceflight training in Houston. Tactical waste of fuel. Free real estate. Yeah, shipping spree, precision land at Kerbal. Oh, precision land at Kerbal. That's out of my abilities. I can't do that. Let's see. Okay, so now we need to be facing retrograde, and our charge is fine because we've got a good solar panel. And yeah, Side Station 1 just stays in orbit of Minmus forever. Let's go ahead and do this burn. Slow ourselves down. Burning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is a long one, 1:43. 750 DV, but it's slowing us way, way, way down. And brings our periapsis in to the point where we can, for a very small amount of fuel, we'll be able to hit the atmosphere if we need to. We're going to have plenty left over anyway. Getting in orbit hundreds of kilometers off and saying, yeah, that looks about good as the moon IRL spaceflight gives us sometimes. Yeah. I mean... the way I set this up, I have so much spare DV that I really didn't need to be precise about it. I didn't need to worry about the minutia at this point. I can just get it. I kind of eyeball it at this point and be okay. Look at that sucker go. Home from the moon after 3 years, 3-year mission, and generating over 11,000 science for the KSC. What a successful mission these guys have done. And they completed their contract as well. By the way, I now understand why some of the contracts have like durations of 5 years or whatever. They kind of let you get away with doing what I just did. Okay, there we go. Let's come around here and burn some more retrograde. We've got stuff to spare here. 50 meters per second. There we go. We'll do 500 like that. Slow ourselves way down. We won't even have a problem overheating in the atmosphere. We won't even need to aerobrake at all. From this orbit, yeah, we can just do one more burn and go into go into the atmosphere and slow down. Let's do this. So this little ship did a lot of work. 2 landings on Minmus, with a couple of hops between different positions. And then home again, docking with the space station, doing science. This little craft did a lot of work for us. This advanced our game hugely. All it has to do now, and I don't want to jinx it, but all it has to do now is get them home safe, so we'll see. Epic journey, yeah. It really was a 3-year mission, but the results were fantastic. Lots of science. We visited, I think, 5 biomes on Minmus, planted a bunch of flags, got our space station set up and docked with it, and did all that science. Yeah, this was a great set of missions. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And the next kind of big objective is going to be ore mining and refueling. So we're going to learn about how that works. And then we'll go back to Duna, and this time, instead of just orbiting, we will land. Okay. That should just about do it. Let's come out to AP and do our final burn. With our last 162. That's going to put us into 55. Around 30 is pretty good for me. That usually is not too steep of an angle. Actually, I've done 25 before. Yeah, 25 works just fine. Okay. Let's go. There's the KSC right there. It's surprisingly close there. I suppose we maybe could have tried to land closer to it rather than the complete opposite side of the planet, but it's too late now, boys. We're going down. Here's our last burn. Okay. Now let's prepare for landing. We're going to separate from our hard-working little engines that did so much work for us. We are going to separate from them here. Let's just quick save, just in case I screwed this up somehow. Yeah, my staging's all messed up. Why is that? I'm not sure why that is. So the staging is not happening here. I'm not sure why. Like if I do this, and then I hit spacebar, nothing happens. So for whatever reason, this when you dock and undock, I don't know what I did wrong, but somehow I got the staging all messed up. So we're gonna manually decouple here. There we go. Goodbye, dear friend. You did some good work. I'm proud of you. And let's go. Let's just warp right to the atmosphere. Here it comes. All right, so we're inside the atmosphere. We're going to fall to 25. The atmosphere is going to slow us way down, and we're going to deploy our 2 parachutes. Let's double check those. Let's see. Let's just pin these both so that I don't have to kind of screw around with it. Let's see. Altitude 1350, minimum pressure 0.75. That works for me. So at this point, we can deploy both chutes, and they shouldn't open until it's safe to do so. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on this journey with me, guys. You originally launched upside down. I remember you turned the staging off and locked his spacebar. Yeah, no, I was using the Alt L to try and unlock it. I'm pretty sure that's the right key. And it was not happening. Okay, well, we're locked in, guys. Good luck. Puck Tiger, welcome to the channel. Are you called Josue on other platforms, or is that a different guy? I'm pretty much the only Josue, as far as I know. I think there's one girl named like Josie Wee. I think she's like, not sure if she's Chinese or not, but I've seen her every once in a while. But everywhere else, that's my handle. I used to stream on Twitch like 10 years ago. But yeah, that's my handle everywhere, man. Twitter, Reddit, other things that I've probably forgotten that still exist out there. Looks like you guys are going to live here. And we didn't even lose our sensitive instruments here. There we go. We do a little science in the atmosphere here. Seems there's very little atmosphere at these altitudes. Make sure you're properly suited up if you plan on going outside. Review data. Okay, let's just keep that. Sure, get a little last, eke out a little last bit from this mission. Why not? And now we see if the chutes are enough. Actually, I guess we could jettison the heat shield here, but we probably want the mass, actually, to keep us balanced. Look at those mountains. That's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've seen those before. So these should deploy at 1300. So I'm just going to work forward here and see if they do. Yeah, look at that. And they've slowed us down just enough to survive landing. Very nice. Wow. So the end of a 3-year mission, you guys did really good. Really good work. Very nice. I'm very impressed with your work with BDA and other things. That was why I was wondering. What is BDA? It's the main weapons mod for KSP? No. Okay, Puck Tagger. I don't know if there's another guy using my handle, but I did not have anything to do with the mod. My handle is, hey, look. Touchdown. Really nice. Fantastic. My handle is JOSIWE. So if there's a JOSUE, that's a different guy. So we earned another 614 science just from landing. We burned most of our funds on that. Like a lot of it was discarded. And these guys leveled up on the lab, so no more gain for them. But woo, that was fantastic. So guys, year 11, day 119, the mission ended. We're back. We've got almost 12,000 science to spend however we want. And we have a plan. We're going to look into doing some mining next, figuring out how to land on a body, mine out its ore, and turn that into fuel to go further. So that's going to be it for today. I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to grab some breakfast and some coffee, And my next stream will be, what's today? Friday? I take Saturdays off, so my next stream will be Sunday morning when we'll get started on this mining operation we're thinking about. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but we'll probably build a vessel in the VAB and then test it here on Kerbin. We'll make sure we can mine ore from the surface here at the landing pad, perhaps, and turn that into fuel and see how that works. So anyway, until then, thank you guys for being here. Radu, Michael, Bob Schwan, Puck Tiger, my new guy. Who else was here? I think, was Larry here briefly? I can't remember. And everyone else who showed up, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's stream, and I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, and take care. Bye.